Typhoons, which spawn regularly like NPCs every year. How does this disaster-bringing monster actually form? To tell you a secret, it starts as a tiny draft that can't even shake a leaf. The strongest recorded typhoon pressure dropped to a crazy 877 hectopascals. Normal air pressure you breathe is about 1,010 hectopascals. What does 100+ HPA difference actually mean? It drives wind speeds near the center over 300 kilometers per hour. Standing in this wind, you wouldn't even be able to breathe. Metal sheets are torn and blown away like paper, no exaggeration. In 1958, Typhoon Ida used this brute force to kill thousands in Japan. Think this world-ending power comes from the sky? Wrong. Wind is just the exhaust. The real engine lies under the sea. Here's the first major misconception you probably believe. Typhoons are made of wind spinning bigger and bigger, right? You see that swirling cloud mass and think it's a wind-made vortex. But without a power supply, even the biggest wind quickly dies out. What actually feeds a massive typhoon is warm ocean water, specifically above 26.5 degrees Celsius. This number is highly precise. Drop half a degree and convection strength instantly cuts in half. Without enough heat, water can't evaporate fast enough. Lacking water vapor, a typhoon can't even get born. Plus, the surface isn't enough. Warm water must go 60 meters deep. Crucially, a spinning typhoon churns up deep water from below. If the warm layer is too thin, cold water cuts the fuel, starving it. The typhoon will simply starve to death on its own. See? It's not the child of wind, but hatched by the ocean. The hatching process is just a self-sustaining thermal cycle. The sun heats the sea, evaporating water into rising warm air. As warm air rises, surrounding cold air rushes into the low pressure. This new air gets heated by the sea and rushes upward too. Rising water vapor reaches kilometers high, cooling into clouds. This condensation process releases massive latent heat. This heat can raise air temperature by hundreds of degrees. With tons of vapor condensing every second inside the cloud, the released heat warms the upper air, making it rise faster. The faster it rises, the lower the central pressure gets, drawing in even more air from the ocean surface. Once started, it's like a floored engine, spinning wildly on its own. The cloud tops can punch up to 15 kilometers high, twice the height of normal storm clouds, containing enough water to drown an entire mid-sized city. Second myth, is the central eye of the typhoon the most dangerous? Almost everyone thinks the center must have the wildest winds. But it's the exact opposite. The eye is calm, often with clear skies. You might ask, why is the eye of the storm so calm? The reason is simple. Outer air spins way too fast. Centrifugal force cancels out the inward pressure perfectly. Air can't penetrate the center, so it just spins around the edge. This creates a sinking air zone with clear skies and high visibility. The real danger is the ring of clouds around the eye wall. Here, updrafts are violent, winds scream, and torrential rain pours, acting like a spinning wall of water that flattens everything. The wall is as thick as the eye is wide, often kilometers across. During landfall, the eye brings a brief, deceptive calm. Believing the storm has passed, people head outside to check. Minutes later, the back end of the eye wall slams into them. Every year, people pay a heavy price for this mistake. Third trap, does a typhoon completely vanish once it hits land? Think that without the ocean's fuel, it dies instantly upon landfall? That is only half correct. Land friction and lack of moisture weaken it fast, but it's not dead, it's just a wounded beast. Worst of all, if it veers back over warm water, it revives instantly. As long as the sea below is still above 26.5 degrees Celsius, it quickly rebuilds water vapor and restarts the thermal engine. Weakened winds can surge back to peak power in hours. These reborn storms are far harder to predict than the first run. People think it's safe, but it returns to catch them off guard. Also, a typhoon's lifespan is never a simple straight line. It strengthens, weakens, lands, and exits, constantly fluctuating until it runs out of fuel, but nothing guarantees it won't return. You must wonder, why does converging air always form a spiral? Why spin counterclockwise in the north and clockwise in the south? This is due to the Coriolis effect from Earth's rotation. Basically, as Earth spins, moving objects are deflected. In the northern hemisphere, air naturally deflects to the right. Rushing inward from all sides, this rightward pull creates a counterclockwise spin. The southern hemisphere deflects left, spinning clockwise instead. This is why typhoons never form at the equator. The Coriolis force there is near zero, so air moves straight, unable to twist into a vortex or build storm energy. See? Earth's rotation builds the framework. Every piece is vital. After all this, what is the most useful takeaway for you? It's not memorizing terms, but understanding forecasting logic. Next time you see a path map, you can predict it yourself. Just watch 2 core factors. First, is the upcoming sea temperature at least 26.5 degrees Celsius? If it's warm water all the way, it will explode in intensity. Passing over cold water or land will make it weaken fast. Second, watch the position of the subtropical high. Typhoons can't steer themselves. Atmospheric currents push them. The subtropical high is the main driver here. Wherever the high pressure sits, the storm steers along its edge. Master these, and you'll understand the sea monster better than most. Humans have studied typhoons for over 100 years. We predict paths a week early and issue warnings down to the hour. We calculate central pressure and measure peak wind speeds. Yet we still cannot create or destroy a single typhoon. They have spun for eons, outliving human history by centuries. Born in warm water, dying in cold, they follow ocean currents. Every summer you dodge, fear, and blame them for ruining trips. But the storm has no idea. It is just air pushed by the sea and Earth's spin, devoid of emotion or purpose. It just comes and goes.